What's up, everyone? I have been gone on vacation for 8 days with my wife. We went to Yellowstone, we went to Moab, Utah, we went through Idaho, Colorado, Wyoming. She's from Colorado, so got to see where she grew up. Great vacation, but I am back now in the field and gonna film some content for you today. Our uncle swapped this field yesterday, I think it was, or maybe 2 days ago, and we're baling it now with 2 balers, and there's about 200 acres total of CRP that we're haying for a neighbor. And so lots of bales, lots of windrows, a pretty big project, but we're hoping to take it on and get her done.
All right, 1 field down of CRP, and I think like 2 more fields to go.
Well, almost ran over this. Thankfully, I saw it. It's got a bunch of ants on it, so I'm gonna have to. That wouldn't go through the baler very well. Not a bad sunset. Going side by side with Nathan. All right, so driving the M7 today, the next day, and this is the first time I've driven it. So we've got the Kubota baler matched up with the Kubota tractor finally. So it's all one color, which is kind of nice. You can see Dad going alongside me here. We've had 2 balers going, both yesterday and today. I think we've gotten about 100 acres done, and we got 100 acres to go. Nathan's over on the other patch raking. Well, this is the last row of this field. Baled 181 bales with this baler. Not sure how many we've done with the other baler, but quite a few bales. Also, this is a really pretty field. Look at this. Doesn't look like Kansas, does it? So we're on day 2 of raking and baling CRP ground. So tell us how you fix the rake, or maybe show us how you fix the rake.
Well, we pulled it back together and just welded it up, and put a chain across to help brace it, and maybe in like the off season we'll try to beef it up a little more. But
temporary
Pretty
fix.
much just welded it where it broke, and then we braced it with the chain.
Whatever works.
Yeah.
All right, and then explain what CRP is and kind of why all this ground is in CRP and why they're breaking it out.
Well, CRP stands for Conservation Reserve Program, designed for less productive or highly erodible ground. And it's a government program that pays a certain amount per acre to have it in grass, and then it's for wildlife to live in, and also like in drought years, sometimes they'll release CRP grass to be swathed and baled then, like for drought relief, so it's almost like a stockpile. So those are some of the different reasons. This is coming out because you get a contract for so many years and then you release, and you can either renew the contract or you can decide to do something else. So the landowner has decided to utilize this ground, not in crop production farming, but he's going to do some different grazing things with it for cattle. So we started by swathing it and hanging it for him.
All right, it is day 3 of baling the CRP, raking and baling the CRP. Sorry this vlog has been so sporadic. Our uncle swathed all this before we got started raking and baling. We've been waiting about 2 days to rake and bale after he swathed it. And he kind of swathed it in sections as well. It's about 200 some acres. I can't remember the exact number. We're on the biggest field right now and the last field. So we have baled all this that you see behind me. So lots of bouncing up and down on the ground. It's a very rough field since it's been in CRP for probably 5+ years. You know, the gophers and everything get in there and make holes, and erosion and different things make it rough. So I'm getting kind of sore. I woke up really sore this morning. My neck, my back, just from bouncing around. But anyway, we are well over half done now. We should finish up tonight. We've had a big day today, no breakdowns. Kubota tractor and baler's running good. And then we got the John Deere tractor and baler over there as well. So 2 tractors and balers. The rake we got fixed, as you saw earlier. It worked great today, no problems. And yeah, hoping to get done. One thing I really like about this Kubota tractor and baler is that it's been really easy to get into a rhythm. I think baling is a lot about rhythm because you know, we baled almost 1,000 bales in the last 3 days, and every time you stop and wrap a bale, you have a series of buttons that you have to push, and so it's nice for it to be easy, an easy pattern. So it's wrapping right now, this Kubota baler. Finished wrapping. I can hit the B button and it throttles down immediately, and then I open it up. It gives me alert that it's all the way open, and then I close. It gives me alert that it's closed, and I press A, and it's back to the full engine speed. And so that is just it's just a pretty easy sequence, and I feel like that's one of the things I've enjoyed so far with this tractor and baler. Some of you are probably wondering why we have an M7 now instead of an M8, and we've been posting about it on Facebook. But if you just follow us on YouTube, you're probably a little confused of why do they have a different tractor. We were demoing the M8, and we needed that extra power to pull our planter. Well, actually, the original plan was to have a 16-row planter. We were going to demo as well, but COVID kind of screwed that up. And so we had that tractor to pull our planter. It was a little big to put on this baler, and so Kubota switched us the M7 instead of the M8. And this M7, it's a little smaller, but it's really versatile. It can do pretty much everything we need it to do, even though it's a little smaller. We also get to review a new product for you guys. You guys get to see a different tractor, and so we're pretty excited about that. There's going to be some drone footage in this video where you get to kind of see what it's looking like from outside the tractor. And we've baled, I think, what's my counter at? 472 bales with this baler in the last 3 days. So, I'd give that a pretty good rating. Another thing I talked about earlier is that the field's pretty bumpy since it hasn't been grown anything for 5 years. But there's a huge difference between the other baler tractor that's older and then this one that has a suspended cab. You can just really tell the suspension takes some of the bounce away. I mean, you still feel some of the bounces, but you know, after being in the other baler tractor for an hour, you feel like you've been on a roller coaster. In this one, it's more of just a really gentle bump. All right, we finished up. Bales as far as the eye can see on this field. Next, we'll probably load up some of these. Our neighbor who owns this field will load most of them, but we're going to take a couple loads home that we bought from him. But before I close the video, I'm going to fly the drone across all these bales so you can see everything that we've done, as well as see the famous Kansas landmark, Coronado Heights.